everyone. Next steps, finishing our color scheme. So we need to make more choices. Turn down my music, it's a little loud. I have just some classical music on in the background, chill out. And I am going to bring back my colors. I have the warm and cool. And we have the cool on the bottom, the warm in the middle. So I'm going to bring back some cool colors up here so that the letters stand out, so they're the most prominent thing. I don't want to make a mess though. I want to have some unity, which means that some of these colors are going to tie together. So I'm going to use repetition of this color. So I'm going to pull those two greens out. And then I need to decide what other colors to put in. And so if you remember, we divided this up into cool colors. I have the greens and the blues and the violets. And we know from the color theory worksheet, colors near each other on the color wheel are going to work nicely together. So I can either use all of these colors or just use two of them. So I have the greens, and we know next to the greens is going to be the blue. I do not have a blue-green. That would be ideal. So if you have a blue-green, I would recommend using a blue-green if you just use green. I'm going to use what I have. So it's that indigo blue. Here's the indigo. And I think I want to do the stars in a warm color too, but I wish I had something that kind of popped out. I almost want those to be my variety, my novelty, something that's going to stand out by itself. So I'm going to go back to that last. Maybe I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll do that bright, that mulberry color. Remember that mulberry color that didn't really match anything? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. So I'm thinking about how I want to apply that. So I could do green, 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 and then blue, blue. That means 3 greens and blue, blue. But I have a lot of green already, so maybe I'll do the 2 blue. I'm sorry, 2 green, and then 3 blue. That's what I'm going to do. And then I do need to choose what color I'm going to do for this. And I'm still not sure. Sometimes you're not sure, so if you're not sure about it, skip it. Move on to something else. Make some choices. So I know that I'm going to use this indigo blue, and I want to test out this indigo blue before I use it. And so if you're not sure about a color, test it out on another piece of paper. So here's indigo blue, 1 layer. Here's indigo blue, 1 layer. Turn the pencil 2 layers. And then I'm going to do another one. Here's 1 layer, 2 layers, and then I'm going to go diagonal. There's 3 layers. Now you can see the range of values. 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers, and then I'm going to do one more where this is going to have the darkest value I can achieve with the pencil. And if you remember, the way we do that is to build up the value slowly, crisscross your colors to get rid of the lines, not crisscross your colors, crisscross your value. Okay, so now I'm really going to press firmly on this, and I'm going to try to keep doing circles to really see what that's going to look like. So that's a really dark, very dark blue. But I know I could do like the sides. 2 layers. So if this is the bottom, I could do that 2 layers, and then I can do the side 3 layers. And still have some nice change in value. I also have this light blue, which if I overlap that over, is a nice effect. And that's one of the things I said I was going to go back and do. I'm going to show you on a separate video on layering different colors of pencils. It's all different kinds of techniques you can use with color pencils. So let's take a look at that blue next to the rest of the color scheme and see if we like it. Now we know it's going to work well with the orange because why? What do we know about orange and blue? Opposite each other on the color wheel. Complements. They make for a vibrant color scheme because they pop next to each other. So we know that's going to look good. So if I have that blue here, and then green, then blue, then green, then blue, I think it's good. It's going to work. So first things first, make sure your pencil is sharpened. Got my handy dandy pencil sharpener. Still have my rulers. I got my little card here. So this card is really coming in handy with making sure that my shapes are squared up. They have right angles. So I'm going to go over the outlines first. You can see how when I drew it, it wasn't perfectly square. I'm going to flip over my card and finish that corner carefully, connecting those two ends of the line. Line up the end of the card here and finish drawing that. So I can see I hand drew that and it wasn't very good. So I'm going to go back over it with my eraser and get rid of the extra pencil lines. Now I left my stars for last, so I'm going to make sure that I don't draw my perspective line through it. So I need to make sure I stop there. Notice I'm putting my pencil on a starting point and then bringing my straight edge to it. That ensures that I'm not missing that mark. Okay, so there's one. And I will remind you how to to apply the values to this. And then you guys could go ahead and finish all of your shapes at the top. Hi everyone, I'm back and here is an almost finished product of your letters in perspective. Unfortunately, I inadvertently deleted the last video file showing you how I got to where I am with the stars. I believe the last video showed me filling in this shape here. So I just want to go back real quick and I'm going to talk about choosing colors. Shh, that's my puppy in the background growling. He's not happy. Okay, so back to color theory and choosing color schemes. We have the green, the cool colors on the top and the bottom. And then we have complementary colors with the red and the green, and then complement of blue and orange, which is dynamite. And then I wanted to choose a nice bright color for the stars to make them stand out, so I chose yellow. And I did use a variety of shades and tints of yellow. Ozzy, what are you doing over there? Keep it down. So here's my bright yellow. And then I had like a medium yellow. And then I had this nice goldenrod color, which was really dark. And this really helped me add different values to create this illusion of a form. So you can see those shadows. So from there, we can add background, we can add some darker shadows in areas, but if this is as far as you want to go with it, totally fine. You have something to show for your week in quarantine, and I'll be there in a second, Ozzy. So check back for the next video, and I'm going to show you how to do... Please, you're being very rude. Shh. Ozzy wants in on the action. So check back and I'll show you how to do those dark values and doing some overlaying of alternative colors to create a nice illusion of depth. So I'll see you in a little bit. I gotta take care of the puppy.